All right. Hey, good morning. Happy Monday or whatever day it is that you're watching this now. Now, if you joined us last week, either on YouTube or on the Artisan Entrepreneur podcast, you know that we were discussing websites for your handmade business, right? Now, we briefly examined some of the options that are out there, right? We went over them such as Weebly, Wix, Shopify, WordPress, GoDaddy, even Etsy. And if you haven't already watched or listened to that episode, I highly recommend that you either go back, watch that first, or consume that content later after we finish today's training. Because that's definitely information that it builds on one another, right? It builds on the next steps. In fact, we listed some of the benefits that having a website can offer you, right? As you grow your brand, as you grow your business. Think about the ability to show your products, right? Publish a blog, receive new orders. And while we didn't talk about this one point, I'm going to mention it here. And that's simply this: thinking of your website as a proven method to really solidify and to elevate your brand's image and credibility, very important, right, in the minds of your current and prospective customers. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's think about that for a minute. Even if you're a business of one, which is fine, right? Customers expect you to have a website when you first tell them that you're in business, right? That you have a company, that you're selling, your handmade items, right? It's just expected, okay? It speaks to professionalism, and it's important to remember, okay? Don't forget this. Those customers, right? Those are brand new customers. They probably never heard of you before unless somebody maybe referred them, right? This is their first encounter with you, right? So letting them know who you are, what your business does, where they can find out more information about you, about your brand, right? That's critical if you want to grow your business. If you want to grow this thing that you started, right? That maybe started as a hobby, but now it's growing into something that's sustainable, right? Relevant, and something that will attract customers long term. So if you're a hobbyist, by the way, this may not pertain to you as much. Okay, maybe you're making handmade items just to sell for kicks, for your own satisfaction, for fun, right? And that's okay. All right, you might have a steady income stream. You might have a full-time job, and that's what you really want to do. This is just for fun. Whatever the reason, that's fine. Right, sell your bows, your badges, your handmade items, just at craft fairs, or you put them online, and whatever you can get. That's great, right? In fact, I would say my mom was like that. She was a hobbyist. Now, to me, mom was the greatest person in the world, right? Warm, kind, loving. I thank God that I was born to her, and that she really took the time to expose me to things like art, like music, like handcrafts. And of course, set an amazing example for me, right? She's passed on now, but her spirit, her legacy, it certainly lives on. And I'll tell you, there was rarely a day that went by when mom was not sitting in her chair and she had her needles and she's like doing needlepoint, doing crocheting. She was sewing, she was making blankets, creating artwork. I mean, if it was a handcraft or had something to do with handcrafts, mom wanted to do it. She was involved in it. And she did it for fun. And she gave away pretty much everything she made, right? Christmas gifts, birthdays, graduations, special occasions. So I guess you could say that I've been involved in the handmade and creative industry since I was a small boy. Now, mom was a hobbyist, okay? But if you want to turn your hobby, right, into a full-time or part-time business, right? Take your passion, your hobby, and make it into something that you can get paid for, a website's a must. Okay, so last week we agreed that I was going to go and give you a kind of a backstage look, a backstage tutorial into these platforms. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go step by step through this process, right, of building these websites. And what I'm not going to do is focus too much on Shopify this week. That's because Shopify is one of those platforms, it's just covered extensively on YouTube. Okay, I think there was something like over 100,000 videos on Shopify, right? How to Shopify this, that. I mean, just this last year, tons of Shopify videos. I mean, everyone in the handcraft industry that has a website seems to have a Shopify website. And, there's two ways to look at that, right? The first way is to think, wow, all right, they must really know what they're doing. And perhaps that's the case. The second perspective includes asking if they're really great at creating websites that help handmade business owners and DIYers and crafters succeed, right? Or, are they just good at selling these website plans to first-time entrepreneurs? All right, you might not have ever asked that question. All right, at the very least, think about this. If all your competitors have a Shopify website, and now you have a Shopify website, it will at least make it harder for you to stand out in the crowd, right? What I mean by that is, well, they offer some different templates, right? You can change the colors, the fonts, things like that. They're all surprisingly similar though, right? Now, that being said, okay, I don't mean to discourage you if you already have a Shopify site, or if you have your heart set on creating a Shopify site. You go, oh, my friends have those. I'm going to be working with them a little bit. I want to have the same site so we can share information. Hey, that's fine, right? They've got some really user-friendly tools, and they're really considered a one-stop shop in the e-commerce world for websites and handmade stuff. So I'm not saying they're bad, right? As you know, hey, they're in the top 3 of our choices here. But, I prefer to focus on what will get you the best results for the least amount of money and in the shortest period of time. Now, in case you're wondering, right, neither me, Yanira, My Clay Nation, right, receive any compensation for recommending one website platform over another. All right, we're just not set up for that. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm just going to share with you the knowledge that I've obtained, and then you as a CEO of your business, you'll decide what's best for your brand. Okay, so let's take a look at what these platforms are currently charging, right? Let's go in there and actually have a peek at that. Let's see what it's going to cost you to get up and going, because as business owners, you want to be sure that you understand ROI, return on investment, right? And that has to make sense. And one of the fundamental differences, I would say, between having a hobby, having a business, is the numbers, right? If it's a hobby, it doesn't really matter. You're doing it for fun. If it's a business, right, you want to get the money that you're investing back and turn a profit. So what we're going to do is we're going to, just the same as if you're sitting across from me, right, sitting across the desk from me, it's like I'm going to turn the screen and we're going to take a look and you're going to see exactly what I'm seeing. And we're going to go back there and examine through the costs and the fees and different things of each platform. And then I'm also going to take you through step by step. Okay, here's how you actually use the platform. Now, here's how you would load products. Here's how you would build this website. All right, let's take a look. Okay, now let's take a look at what it actually costs to build and to create these websites. We want to make sure we understand what all the fees are, what all the costs are, and not just, that sticker that goes on the front that says, hey, $10 a month, $27 a month, $28 a month. Let's find out what they really are. Okay, let's take a look at that now. So overview, Shopify fees and costs, Wix fees and costs, and of course, Etsy fees and costs. And this is really important. If you look right here, right, it's essential that you examine all the fees and costs associated with creating a website. So this also includes the cost of payment processing. Okay, that's for credit cards, PayPal, etc. All right, a lot of times those aren't mentioned, but I want to mention those here. All right, so let's start with Shopify. I know I said we're not going to spend a lot of time on Shopify, but I do want to touch on it. I do want you to be aware of your options and what's out there, okay? So they have a few different plans. They actually have more than this. We'll look on the next page, but we're just going to look at these 3 for now. The basic plan, right? Basic Shopify plan, $29 a month. The regular Shopify plan, $79, and then an advanced Shopify plan at $299 a month. I don't think you need this one here. I wouldn't start with this one. I would actually go right to this if I was going to do a Shopify plan, okay? As you know, I think either Etsy or Wix are better to get started at. But Shopify is still a very, very good platform. So if you want to start on that, my recommendation would be to do this plan because of everything that you get with it, okay? Again, you're going to be running a business. Okay, it's not a hobby, it's a business. Okay, so you have to start looking at these different things as operating costs, investment costs, with the idea that you're going to get that back, right? I mean, if you don't think you can make $79 to get that money back, then obviously, don't start a website. But that shouldn't be an issue. I would imagine that's not an issue. Okay, so here's what I really want you to see. Right here is your credit card processing. This is all about the same. Okay. This is kind of the same across the board, 2.9% plus about 30 cents. Sometimes you'll see 25 cents, but usually about 30 cents. Okay. And that's the same. And Wix, Etsy, they're all similar. Take a look here. Now, the above computations is for using Shopify payments. All right. Shopify wants you to use their payment processor. All right. And you may not care. You may say, that's fine. So that's good. But however, if you do care, if you do have a different payment processor that maybe you like, or something you've heard about and you want to try it, understand that you're going to be charged a fee if you use that with Shopify. Okay. Look at this. If you're using a different payment gateway for your e-commerce store, expect additional Shopify transaction fees on top of your provider rates as well. Okay. Just something that, like I said, I want to make sure you're aware of that. So if you've heard about their $9 a month plan, this is what that is here. And definitely don't recommend that. Again, that's not even a website. You basically get a buy now button. Okay, so that's not something that we're going to be interested in. The $29 a month, I mean, you could do that if you wanted to. Again, I don't recommend that because you don't get very much for it. If you want to go Shopify, I'd recommend this one here. That's the regular, it's going to give you what you need. Okay. And then there's plans for $299, even a $2,000 a month plan, which I definitely don't recommend. These are for, enterprise level businesses. Let's take a look at Wix, right? Wix has a business basic plan. That's at $23 a month. Okay. It's the least expensive one. It's the cheapest e-commerce plan. And again, these are all e-commerce plans, by the way. So none of these are just regular website plans. The whole idea is to get your brand out there and also make it possible for people to buy from you online. Okay, so these are all e-commerce. So what do you get with this? 20 gigabytes of storage, which is pretty good. You get the Wix e-commerce platform, unlimited bandwidth for your customers. That's nice. You also get a free domain name with this. This is really nice. If any of you have bought web addresses before, you know that on average, you're going to spend about $20. Okay, I mean, I know you see ads for, hey, you can get one for $1, $2, $3. Okay, but once you add on your privacy protection and things like that, you're about $20. 18 to $20 is about standard. Okay, so that's nice. That's $20 in your pocket for your domain. All right, and you also get an ad voucher worth $300 for advertising on Google. Again, that's $300 is a lot of money. It is to me, at least. So that's kind of nice. You get 5 hours video support and also your analytics, right? Analytics are what tell you how your site's doing, how many people are visiting your site, what pages are they on. Again, as a business owner, as a CEO, that type of data is critical for you to have. If you're serious about having a successful business, those are the kind of things that you do want to pay a little bit of attention to. Okay. There's another plan they have. It's $4 more a month. And again, this is at the time of this recording. Okay. This is July 2021. All right. They may change their prices in the future. In fact, I'm pretty sure they do because things go up over time. But as of now, that's what this is. You get everything that you get on that last plan, but you also get a few other things, right? You get 10 video hours. So if you're posting a lot of video and you're hosting them on your site, this might be real attractive to you. You get 35 gigabytes of storage space, which again, that's a lot for a website. That's fine. Now this is actually the plan that we have, okay, at My Clay Nation. Just to give you an idea of what you get for your money. And we have, thousands of clays that are in stock, okay. And you have like a logo maker. I'm not sure what that is. Haven't used that. And the unlimited plan represents some decent value for your money. All right. And again, that's the one that we use. So can highly recommend that. And then there's also a $49 per month plan. It gives you 500 gigabytes of storage, unlimited video, priority response. That means if you have a question, you go right to the front of the line. All right. So if you're a larger, maybe enterprise sized business, this might be worth it. I don't recommend it though, because again, we have the medium plan. We're spending $27 a month. We have thousands of products and it does great. So now let's take a look at this also, because this you can see compares to how Shopify's is, right? 2.9% plus 30% per transaction. Again, this is for Wix Payments, Stripes, PayPal, And you can basically integrate any payment plan or any payment processor. Pretty much you can hook it up with Wix. Okay. And even some of the ones that break payments into 4 payments, your Afterpay, Sezzle. I don't know if Sezzle's on here. I think Afterpay is, though. But there's other options like that as well for you. Okay. So, and this, again, you get unlimited bandwidth. So this gives you kind of a comparison between all of them. Let's take a look finally also at Etsy before we go into the design portion of the websites. 2 types of fees, right? Fees that you have to pay, definitely, and then fees that depend on where your country or customers are. Like for us, the majority of all our customers are in the United States. We have some customers that are in Canada, and we also have a few that are from Australia, and I think 1 or 2 right now that are from the UK. Okay, so that's kind of how it breaks down for us currently. And of course, we're growing, same as you want to grow your business. Now, 20 cents is your listing fee. Okay, that's so every time you sell a product, it's going to be 20 cents plus a transaction fee. And then your regular payment processing fee, which again, look, it's just about the same thing, 3% and 25 cents. The other 2 were 2.9% and then 30 cents. So basically it comes out to the same thing. Let me give you an idea of how that breaks down. Okay. Let me get my iPhone calculator here. All right. Let's say you have a bow for 15 bucks. Okay. $15 bow. You're going to sell that. And let's say you have shipping, because this 5% transaction fee includes shipping. So let's say your shipping is $3.50. That's going to be $18.50. All right. 5% of that is going to come out to 93 cents. Your 20 cents for your listing fee, that's $1.13. So you're selling a $15 bow and all you're paying is $1.13. Okay. You couldn't hire a salesperson to work for that. All right. So that's pretty good exchange. And by the way, on Etsy, more than likely they brought the customer. Okay. Etsy has millions of customers on there. That's why I'm saying that as a beginning business, Etsy is a great place to be. Even if you've been around for a while. I mean, we did our website first and then added the Etsy site later. And I wish we would have either done them both at the same time or done Etsy first and then the website. Just because when you have your own website, you have to drive all the traffic there, right? And yeah, it's absolutely doable, but you have to really stay on top of that, and you have to drive traffic to that site in order to get customers and to get sales and purchases. Whereas with Etsy, they already have millions of people that are familiar with that, have accounts, so they're bringing the majority of the customers. If you're just starting, they're bringing all of your customers. Okay, so $1.13, not too bad. So what are we going to do now? Let's go ahead and build the website. Let's jump on in and take a look at that. Okay, so we're in Wix now. And if you was to just go to Wix and sign up, this is the screen it would open up to you on. Now you'll see right here, this is the website, of course, for our business, for My Clay Nation. But what we want to do for this example is we want to go in and show you what it is to create a site from the very beginning. So click on Create a Site. What kind of website are you creating? Now, you can leave this blank if you want, or you can go in and, put some few phrases in. Let's just go with online store. And then what kind of online store? Okay, let's say craft store, right? Next. And it gives you 2 options. Let Wix ADI create a website for you. Now you can answer some questions and it'll do what it thinks you want it to. Or you can create a website with the editor yourself. All right, let's go through both of these. So I'll give you kind of a tutorial on both. Start now. All right, recommended. Your site comes with an online store. Here are some more features suggested for you. All right, so do you want to add chat? Do you want to add a forum? Do you want to add a subscribe forum? All these different things. So let's leave that. We'll leave the chat on. In fact, we use that on our site, and it's very helpful. Then it goes through more features, right? Online programs, groups. You can create communities for your sites, for your site members. You can have a blog, bookings, pricing plans. Here, let's add blog. All right, video. Do we want to add videos? Do we want to add music, events, for now, let's just leave this part here. Okay. And if you wanted to, you could create and sell step-by-step training programs. So let's say that let's say that you're a badge creator, a bow designer, and you also want to teach how to do those creations, right? You could do that on Wix as well. You could create a program for here's how you make this bow. Here's how you make this badge. Okay. So Wix gives you a lot of functionality. Again, I don't get paid anything whether you sign up for it or not. Neither Yanira or My Clay Nation does. So this is just our personal opinion from having used it. So let's move forward. Next, what is the name of your online store? Let's say Creators Time. Next. So to import content, copy and paste your links. So if you have an existing website, maybe a website that you started already, you can post it here and it's going to pull in some of that data. Search for your business on Google. You put that, it'll pull in some of that data. We're going to just skip that. And you can add a logo right here if you want. Name, Creators Time. Here's my email, but it'll be your email, not our company email. You can put in the address, the phone number. I don't think anyone uses fax machines anymore, but it's there if you do. And you can add your social links here. So here you can add in your Facebook, your Instagram, TikTok, all those good things. And then pick a theme. All right. Chic, clean, retro, vivid, loft, basil. Let's do basil. Let's try that. All right. Pick your favorite homepage design. All right. And see, it's already populated in the name of your business, right? Creators Time. Of course, for you, it's going to be whatever your business is. This is actually pretty nice here because this will save you some time. You don't have to design everything step by step all the way. So let's do this one. Use this design. And I mean, I've done WordPress sites from scratch when you start with literally nothing and build those out. And I mean, they're a lot of work, Nice thing about Wix is you can get some help, or if you want to, you can write code and do 99% of it yourself too. But chances are, if you're watching this video, you don't design websites. This is either your first or maybe your second or third website that you're working on. So let's add some pages to your site. We got an about page. All right, let's add that. Frequently asked questions. That's always good to have. Contact form. Highly recommend you add that. Now, new collection and gallery. Now, these are both pages where you can really show off some of your work. So let's do the new collection page. Okay, let's add that one. All right, and then here would be a support page. If you have a contact page, you don't need a support page as well. Let's go to edit site. And it's really easy to add or delete pages at any time. Okay, so don't worry if you say, oh, I made a mistake. I really don't want that page, or I want to add a page in. Can I do it later? Absolutely, you can. It's not hard at all. I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so here we are. All right, and it kind of gives you a look at the different pages here. Here's your home page, shop, blog, about, frequently asked questions. So first thing, let's go to business name is good, tagline. Here you could add a tagline if you wanted to. You could put that in there. This just says the essentials, but let's go ahead and making great things happen. Let's say that. Okay. I'm just writing this to show you how easy it is to put that in there. Okay. Now, if we go to, if you have a logo, you could pop it in right there. Okay. We'll just leave this one to show you, kind of what it looks like. And let's see here. You can even add some products. All right. So this is going to link to the shop inside of Wix. You have products here, products there. Let's go to manage. All right. And this takes you to the back screen, kind of the back side of this, of your site as well. So, and right here is an option to upgrade. So this would be just the basic plan, right? And if you wanted to upgrade to one of those other plans, you would click here. It's going to take you to a different screen and you can do that. I just want you to be aware of that so you know where to go once you get inside there. All right, let's go to, by the way, here is where your orders would be if you come in here. All right, store products. Now let's say you want to add some products. You can go right in here, and you can sell digital products as well. So if you have different information, ebooks, things like that you want to sell, you can certainly do that also. Okay. Add a new product, digital file or physical. All right. And here's where you would fill out the information about your product. Okay. Here you can add some images. Here you can add some videos, and I do recommend adding both images and videos. Videos, I'd recommend about a 15-second video. Nothing too long, nothing too heavy, but just something short. It's a good idea to have. Product information, you can put in right here. What's the name of your product? Awesome hair bow. And then you want to put a ribbon on there. Brand new. All right. How much is it? It's a nice bow, so we're going to sell it for 18 bucks. Is it on sale? If it is, you can click that and say what the sell price is going to be. Let's say you're going to sell it for $16. All right. Total product quantity. So you can put in here, you know, how many products that you have available. Your description would go here. Using cross grain ribbon and my Clay Nation clays. All right. But you can write anything you want there as far as, you know, your description goes. Let's scroll on down. You can add additional information here. Right. So if there's something else you want to add in here, you would do it, click OK, and it would save it for you. Any custom text. So it allows customers to personalize this product. So I know sometimes hair bow designers will let them say, hey, you can put something special on there. You can have an initial, or you can add a certain type of pin. Maybe you offer them to choose 3 different clays to have on there, something like that. So if there's any personalization or customized, that would go here. Product options. Let's click here for a second. All right, now, what type of options are we looking at? Are there options of color? Are there options of size? Small, medium, large. Over here, you have like weight. So there's no restrictions on what your options can be. You can select those. Maybe you have a certain bow that you make, and you make it in 3 different styles. So you make one that's for an infant, right? You make one that's maybe for a toddler, and you make a bigger bow that's for an adult. Okay, so maybe the design's the same, but the size is different. Okay, inventory and shipping. The nice thing about Wix too is it's really good for inventory. Before we were using Wix, I actually signed up with a company called Sortly, which is a great company. But as it turned out, I didn't need to have their services. And because I like deals, I bought a whole year right in advance, so I could get a big, huge cost savings. But then I found out Wix already had such a good inventory management system that I used the one with Wix. So I was simply out that money. All right, that's called a lesson. That's a business lesson. You'll encounter some of those if you haven't already. Subscriptions. You can create a subscription here as well. What's really great about this, if you do kind of like the bow of the month, or you do a bow box where you send out 4, 5, 6 bows per month all the time, this is where you can make those. You create those subscriptions in here. Which I do highly recommend, because people seem to really love those. We've seen Birchbox and some of these other ones that have really excelled at using the subscription model. So if that's not something you're trying, you might want to take a look at that. You want to save your changes? Yes. Let's save those. And it's going to give you little points and things like this. You've got 5 more steps to go. You don't need to follow through everything, a single step on here, but it will walk you through different things that you need to do. So maybe for the first time it's good to do that, but I'm trying to give you an overview here. Collections, right? All your products are automatically added into all products. Okay, you could add another collection here if you want. Back in stock requests. So let's say there's lost sales and because you ran out of something, which that's a good problem to have, but you really don't want to run out of things. So you can get requests. Let's say if something's out, a customer can actually go in, very familiar to the Etsy model. If you're familiar with Etsy, a customer can say, hey, put me on a list when that comes back in. Same type of thing. Okay, so you can click there to start requesting a back-end stock requests. And so let's continue here. Okay, build a customer loyalty for your store. So let members create their own accounts. They can check out faster and so much more. We're going to say maybe later for now, but that is a nice thing that you can have. You can set up where the customer has their accounts. And quite frankly, we all kind of like that, right? I mean, at least I do. And from those I talk to, a lot of people like that. You know, they save your information, save some of your likes. You know, it's something that you can add if you want to. Now, here's the awesome hair bow. If we had put a picture in, this is where it would show right here. Okay. Now, let's say I wanted to move that. It's as simple as that. Did you see what I did? Let me do it again. Up arrow. That's this section. Okay. Right here. I want to move it. Up we go. See? Simple as that. So not much to it as far as, design work. It's not a hard thing to do. Your site is saved. Okay, this is good. Every change you make on your site is automatically saved. So you don't have to constantly be going over and save, because it's going to do that for you every so many seconds and whenever you make a change. All right, let's go to design. All right, you see how it gives you some different options here. Use this layout, use this one, use that one. Yeah, let's pick this one. All right, you see how it made the adjustments, right? This is looking like this. All right, then you can go in and you can change the pictures. You can change these different things. You can duplicate it. You can move it down, move it up. You can delete it. This gives you a lot of functionality, a lot of options. And I hope that you're realizing how easy it is to do these different things inside a Wix site. And this is pretty much the same regardless. Like when you go to Etsy, it's going to be very similar. Let's go to here. Edit. All right. So if you're doing a blog post, it's again as simple as this. Like you would write any blog post, you can put a picture if you want. You can also, let me show you this. Let's go to add. You can add images. You can go to your gallery. You can add a video, upload a file, a GIF, divider. If you write code, you can put an HTML code here. You can also put products on your blog. So maybe you want to write a blog and it may link to some sort of product that you want them to check them out. You can add that on there as well. Okay. Let's link it to the awesome hair bow. All right. And there it would be. And again, if we had a picture on there, the picture would show on there as well. And this has a buy now. So they don't have to go back to the store part of your site. They can buy right from here. So that's really nice. All right, let's X out of that. And let's go to change theme. Actually, let's do it from over here. Okay, up at the top left of your dashboard here, go to design, go to change theme, or go to themes, I should say. Right, and this is, if you remember, we selected the basil at the very beginning. You can pick something else, right, if you ever want to. And you probably will. You'll probably go through a few different designs. I know we did as well, right? You pick something and say, I wonder what this other one looks like, So they're easy to go in and change and play with and have some fun with. And again, you're a creator, you're a designer. This is not something that's foreign to you, creating things that come out and look good and are beautiful. And this is what you do. It's just a different format. Okay. So don't be intimidated. Don't be worried about it. And you can't really mess it up. Okay. It saves stuff for you automatically. If you don't like it, you delete it and start over. It's just, people make it out sometimes to be much harder than what it is. And I don't want you to worry like that. Okay. Now let's go, because I want to show you how to do it the other way as well. Let's go to preview. It says you're in preview mode. So to continue working on your site, you have to exit. Okay, but this will show you what this site is looking at this time. There's our logo, there's our title, there's our tagline. Here's pictures we have in here. Here's our product. Contact us, all these good things. And when you click on a product, this is what it's actually going to open up into, right? So again, there's your title. Here's where your description would go. Here's the price. Here's the sales price that we made. And it's as simple as click add to cart. Okay. And because we selected to have the chat on there, look, here's the chat. And you would put up here whatever you want, right? So if you type something in, hello, right? You can have something already pre-programmed that says, hey, we're away from the desk right now. Leave a message and we'll get right back to you, or whatever you want to say. You can say, hey, we're going to be back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Leave a message, right? So a lot of really simple things that you can do that make a big difference in terms of customer service. Now, I want to go back. Let me X out of this. Leave page. Now, I want to do the same thing, but I want to do it where we're designing the site ourselves all the way through. So you can see, let's do online craft store again. Next, and the first time we click over here, remember? So we let Wix ADI create the website for us. Here, we're going to create it using the editor ourselves. It's a little bit more work, but it gives you more functionality right out of the gate. So as you can already see, there's a big difference in your choices. All right. The choices, I mean, look at them. They just keep going and going and going. Right. So you can scroll through and you can look at the different designs that are on here. The slime factory. All right. Scarves. All right. Let's look at some more. All right. And you can break these templates down as well. I mean, business and services, coaching, technology and apps, automotive and cars. I usually just, when I'm looking, I want to see everything. Okay. Because you can take something that's made for, say, accounting, and you can turn that into an amazing site, right? You can take something that's maybe for flower design, and you can use that for badge creation, right? You may like the layout and the design. I mean, the data on there, the information, you're going to swap out anyways with your own data. The pictures, you're going to swap out with your own pictures. All right. So there. And you can view, or you can begin editing on here. See this? Now you can click full demo. It's going to give you the full view of it, right? Okay, so that's what it would look like, this particular one. You can use this template as a starting point. Hold on, we'll do that in a second. But I want you to be able to scroll down and really take a look at the site. See, so you can see them before you select, if you like this layout. And each one's going to be a little bit different, right? So you might say, hey, this product layout works great for me. This is perfect. For a badge designer, your badges are going vertically. This might be, it's already set up for you, right? Like how easy is that? You go in and you switch the picture and you make it fit within there. This also has a lookbook in it. All right, and you can put any of these on any of the sites, but if you can start with a pre-made site that kind of already has some of the things that you want, and then you just need to go in and change the colors, change the font, change your pictures and details, that'll save you a lot of time. And as you can see, the Let's Chat looks a little bit different on this site than it did on the other one because of the layout. And even right here, this one looks different than the contact page on the first one that we did. And all of these, you can go in and make a change, right? How do I track orders? What are your delivery options? These are, you make your own questions. There may be some on here that you want to keep, and that's fine, but you can do whatever you want with them. Visit us. All right. And so if you have a regular street address, or maybe you have a craft fair, or, like the Seattle market, right, where you're there all the time, you can put stuff like that in here. Okay. Let's go to edit this site. It takes just a second, but it's pretty quick though. Well, it would have been pretty quick if I didn't say that. That's how those things work, right? We'll say this is so fast and then it takes a day, right? All right, so here we are. Let's do some editing so you can see how easy it is to make adjustments here. Let's go to menu and pages. All right, here you see, this is all your menu, right? So your home collection, what's inside your collection, lookbook, customer service. See how this goes right across here? So it matches with that. So right now we're on the home screen, right? We're on the home page. Let's X out of that. And let's change this image. Right now you can upload media that you already have. You can upload your own pictures. Let's go to media from Wix. All right, you can find something that you like on here. You can use it. But again, if you're probably going to be putting your own creations on the majority of this site, right? Your bows, your badges, your handcrafts, your magnets, all your different things that you make. So let's just click on one here. Here, kid with a chicken. That's cute. All right, and you see how easy that is to put in there, right? Really, not much to it, okay? Now, let's say that we want to change that strip background. We can do that here as well. Let's say you want to change some of the color, right? Let's make it red. Okay. You see how this is red out here now, right? So this is the strip. This here would be a different strip. Okay. You see how it's not hard to do. You just have to get in there and play with it. And again, if I don't like red, I want to go back in and change it. Change strip background. Go to color. Now I want it to be blue. Okay, that's what I'm saying is you can't really mess it up. So don't worry. You can change anything that you want. Now, let's say I want to add something. I want to add a social bar. I want to put that. No, not that. I want to move this. I want to put that right there. There you go. Right. So if you go over here to this add button, it gives you tons of different things that you can add, right? You can add a whole strip. You can add text, images, buttons, galleries. I mean, it's just, way more stuff than what you're probably going to use. I mean, there's, you can do bookings, you can do all kinds of stuff. So that's where you go add, and then you're going to put in what you want. Okay. So let's X out of there. Menus and pages. Now let's go to customer care page. Okay, so it's going to take us there, and you'll see it's highlighted up here on our menu bar as well. So maybe you wanted to make some changes in here as well. All right, you don't want it to say customer care anymore. Customers are number one, or whatever it is, right? You see how you just click on it and you can go ahead and you can delete words, you can add words, you can make whatever you need it to be in here. Okay. Point being, this is not a hard thing to do. All right. Let's go to preview. All right. That's what that would look like. Let's go to the home screen. See the little kid with the chicken. It's a cute picture. And if you wanted to publish it, you'd of course click publish, and it would publish it for you, and it'd be that quick. Now, obviously we can spend, literally days on here. I could go through and show you how to do, a million different types of things, but this is fundamentally how you do everything on this site. Okay. You do basically everything the same way. You click and you make whatever adjustments that you want to make on here. All right. So again, this isn't, designing a website isn't hard. If you're good at design, which you are, you're creators, you should be able to go through this fairly easily. There, of course, will be a learning curve. It's like there was when you started making badges or bows or handcrafts or art or anything that you do at the beginning, right? But this is definitely something you can learn, and it's definitely something that you can do yourself. Yeah, at the very least, you can have somebody design your website, put your website and stuff together for you, and then you can come in and make the adjustments. Maybe you're going to change products, right? They do the overall design, but you come in and you change the products, or you update the blog, or you update the sales or inventory or things like that. Okay. So I'm going to get out of here, and then we're going to go in and we're going to look at Etsy as well, because I want you to see the differences in Etsy. Although a lot of things are going to be the similar as far as, how you can do changes here. Same thing, how you can do changes there. Okay. Not a big change. Let's take a look at that now. All right. So here we are in the back screen of Etsy. So where we're starting from is the point that you've already signed up, right? I'm pretty confident that you can handle going through the part without any guidance of, going through putting your business name, your email address, all those different sorts of things they ask you at the very beginning of signing up for an Etsy account. Afterwards, though, this is a screen that you would be getting in, right? Mine, it looks a little bit different than yours because we've already been selling for a while. We have, 53 listings. We already have some comments and feedback and things like that. So it's a little bit different, but this is what the back screen would look like. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over here. Okay. On the left-hand side, your sidebar, we're going to go to settings, right? And start working your way through that. Okay. Let's click on subscription. Now here, it's going to give you a couple of choices, right? Now, what we have is we have the Etsy Plus plan. Okay. What you'll start with is Etsy Standard, and you may want to keep that. You may want to add Plus. That's entirely up to you. There are a few benefits that you get from that. It's $10 a month, but at the same time, it gives you 15 listing credits, right? And then $5 worth of advertising credits. But most of the things, you see, you get the same, you get pretty much the same thing either way. But what you also do is you're able to customize your web address. Like for us, it's myclaynation.co, and that links right to our Etsy shop, whereas myclaynation.com is our main web address, or our main website. Okay, so it does give you some customization functionality. If you want to use your own web address, you need to have the Plus plan. That may not be something that's important to you, but if it is, that's what you would need to have. Okay, so let's go back to settings, and then info and appearance. And this is very important because this is what your shop is going to look like to everybody. All right, so we'll start right here. What's your title going to be? Right, handmade clays for hair bows and DIY crafts. Right, that's pretty much our shop title. Here's where you would put your logo. By the way, if you don't have a logo, let us know, because we're going to be releasing a brand kit coming this next month, coming in August. We're going to release that service. It's for a brand kit, and we're already doing some of them for some of our clients and customers right now that are in our private Facebook group. But you're getting a brand board with colors, right? You get a logo that's designed. You're getting thank you cards, bow cards, badge cards. So it's a whole little package that we're putting together. So if you don't have a logo, let us know, because we can help you do that now. Okay. Now, shop announcement. This is kind of the, hey, welcome to the My Clay Nation shop. Click read more for a special offer. Reason I have that is because that's about all that's going to show above the fold when you're on the front page. So if they click on that, then you can add more of your message down here. Okay. Message to buyers. Okay. This is important. Yay. Thank you so much for your order and for supporting my small family business. My goal is to always exceed your expectations. Okay. That's what Yanira and I have put in here. You can put whatever you want, but I do recommend that you put a message in there to say thank you to those who are buying from you. Okay, that's important. Shop name. If you would already have your shop name picked before you come here, but if you ever wanted to change it, this is where you would come to change it. Okay, I recommend you don't change it. Pick one that you like. Pick one that, if you already have a business with a business name, try to use that. Okay. And let's go to about your shop. Now, right here is members. Okay. I recommend you use this. A lot of people don't. I recommend you use it because you can let customers know a little bit about who you are, a little bit about your business, right? And they'll feel more comfortable with you. They'll realize that you're not some big corporation somewhere. This is a small business. It's a family business, and you're a person, they're a person, and you can make that connection. It's really nice. You know, I always try to buy from small businesses anytime I can, which is almost always. Okay. Here's Yanira, right? You always hear me say she's the pretty one. It's sure not me, but she is. Okay. You can tell a little bit about her here. There's me, right? Tech guy, maintenance, marketing, operations. Our clay artists, we always have to give a shout out to our clay artists. We have two that work for us full time. We're very fortunate, very grateful to have them as part of our team. And then we have, I think, 9 or 10 now. Artists that we, from kind of like vendors, right? We buy stuff from them all around the world. Leslie is also on our team. She does a lot of our social media, some graphic design, incredibly talented person. So we have a real nice team here, and we're real grateful for everybody who works with us, as well as you, our customer. Without you, we have no business. All right. Now let's click on story. This is nice, and you'll notice a lot of Etsy competitors, if you want to see them like that, they don't use it. So I recommend that you do. Right. So this is where we kind of put her story. I think most of you know that Yanira really fought through brain cancer twice. And it was kind of coming through that really, I would say, motivated her to look at life a little bit different, where she really wanted to start a business and make it a family business we could all be involved in. And so we kind of share that story here, just a short little part of it. And she's such a good writer too. If you've read this, you already know that. If you have a video, and if you don't, I recommend you get one. You can put a short video right here. As you can see, it looks like I'm sleeping. It it made the thumbnail just, I guess, as I was closing my eyes. So that's nice. And then these are photos that you can put. I'm going to show you where these show up at, but these are the photos that kind of slide across when somebody's on the front side of your site. Again, I recommend you use these. A lot of people don't. I don't know why. Here's pictures of us sorting clays. Here's some of the clays. Here's Yanira and me. Here's some more pictures. Here's shipping. So you can fill in whatever you want with that. But for some reason, people don't use it, and it's just a missed opportunity, and I'm a marketing professor, right? Like, I see this stuff and it drives me crazy. It's like, why aren't you using that? So make sure you use these tools. Okay. Now here is shop links. Again, this is a really great tool that you can use, right? You can link it to your Facebook. So like, for instance, we have this link to our group. Some of our Etsy customers that came to us through Etsy are now members of our private group. So that's a great way if you want to, let somebody know you have something else going on, or you can just link the website, right? And it lets you put a few different links in here. You can put 2 or 3. I don't know if there's a limit or not. I just have 2 options. All right. And this is where you're going to go through and rearrange your shop, right? You want to enable your shop's visitors to see the custom sort options by default. Right now we have that disabled. It's not something that we use that much. Customer order requests. So are you going to take customer orders? You offer gift wrapping. If you do, and that's a good thing to have, you would enable that here, and offer a gift message, right? Whereas we don't do the wrapping, but we do offer a gift message. If you want to put a nice message in there for somebody, you can do that here. Automatic listing translation, right? You can automatically have that translated into other languages. We have that enabled. And you want shoppers to be able to see your sold listings, right? You may not want them to, or you may want them to. For us, we leave them up. That way, if a customer wants something, they can just simply let us know, hey, I really like that one, HD 21, but you're out. Can you let me know when it comes in? Absolutely. Okay. And then you would just save, of course, any of your changes right here. Now, shipping settings. I'm not going to spend much time on shipping here because I think I'm going to do a separate tutorial because it takes a lot to go in there. It doesn't take a lot, but there's a lot of steps to it to figuring out what your shipping would be if you do anything other than free shipping. Now, we do free shipping in the United States through Etsy, and then we do international shipping that's calculated. And by international, I mean, I have different rates based on where it is in the world. So that takes a little bit of time. So I'll do that on a separate tutorial later. But again, if you're only shipping here in the US, you don't have to worry about that. But we have customers in Australia. We have customers in the UK. We have customers in Canada. So for us, it's important to be able to ship internationally. You'll decide for your own business if it is or not. And then here are some other things. If you're running ads, you would go here, production partners. If you need services for different things, languages and translations, you can even link this to your Facebook shop if you want. Okay, so that's a quick overview of settings. Go there first and set all those different things up. And then let's go to listings. Okay, let's say you're going to list a product. Now, I recommend after you list your first one of the easiest things to do is simply copy that listing and then make the adjustments. Now, the reason why is because a lot of things are going to be the same. Here, let's click on the one here for Ariel. All right. Now, this is what we have for our primary picture right here. Okay, good looking picture. Oh, by the way, next week, we're going to be talking about how to take good product pictures. Okay, so if you're struggling with that, make sure you either watch the YouTube series next week or the podcast. I'm going to be explaining how to take good product pictures where you don't have shadows and things like that. I mean, here's a perfect example, right? Look at, they stand out, they're against the white. You don't have any issues with those. Okay, so, and if you have multiple products, I recommend that you do something like what we did here, which is we're putting 4 on at a time. It just makes it easier for the customer when they're clicking through. But again, if you have not as many, maybe you have less than 100 products, you probably don't need to do that. But for us, we've got thousands, so we try to put 4 on each one. And then video. Okay, this is another thing, right? You can add in a video. Take a look at this. It only gives you 15 seconds and there's no sound to it. But why would you not add a video in of your product? Okay. I mean, studies have shown that you actually get a more attention, more people click on it. So this right here, that's true. Okay. So spend the time, just shoot it with your phone. And then down here is where you would actually enter all the information, right? Here's the title of your listing, right? About this listing, right? How did it come from? Well, a member of my shop made it. Okay. What category is it in? Art dolls, primary color, secondary color, right? Like you want to put as much information in here as possible. So when somebody comes to your listing, they see your product, they're not left wondering all these different questions. They shouldn't be scratching their head afterwards and saying, I wonder this, I wonder that. Like you want to cover all those things for them. Okay. That's going to help you sell more, and it's going to make a good customer experience, and they're going to trust you, and they're going to want to come back and buy from you again. Okay. Now, the reason why I say copy after you make your first listing, most of the time I would say copy, because a lot of these things will be the same, right? Like here, this says Area C handmade clay centerpieces available for purchase, guaranteed through My Clay Nation. Okay. Well, you can just change Area C and put in the other type of clay, right? For a different one. So this can remain the same, right? 100% handmade, fast shipping, satisfaction guaranteed. That's not going to change. Okay. So again, after you make your first listing, you can copy it and then adjust just what you need to, right? Like here, the AR10, AR10B, AR11, these are the different clays that are in this particular ad. And so the sizes are slightly different on some of these. Now, if the sizes you have are all the same, you wouldn't need to do any of that. All right. And I always recommend putting in a safety disclosure, right? Not edible, not a toy. A child can choke on these things. Always put that in there. Okay. You're a business owner. You've got to think like one. And here's your tags, right? We all kind of know what tags are by now. Right. These are your charms, your candy charms. That's what we use for tags anyways. Yours will be different. And let me plug this in. 1 second. There we go. We don't want my video stopping right in the middle. So whatever the tags are for your product, you want to put those in here. Edit your price, edit your quantity. Now, let me show you something really important. Now, one of the things that we do is we put in the SKU number, we have the price, we have the quantity, and then we make it visible. So what that does is from the front screen, you can go through these different variations. And then the shipping that we offer is international or, of course, domestic. And let me show you what that looks like on the front side. Okay, here's what it's going to look like after you list your product. But here's the variations I talked about, right? It has all these listed that are on here. All right, you want 18, and it shows you, it links you right to that picture, okay? Links you, again, right to the picture. How many do you want? Well, you can have 1, Right now we have 14 in stock of this particular one. Okay, and each one's different. See, that's what I'm saying is if you have variations, you can put all that information in here, makes it easier for you, makes it easier for the customer. And then here is where all your description goes. So where I said you're going to make a description, that's all going to show right here. Okay. And then once you start getting reviews, you're going to see your reviews and everything pop up on this side, which are really nice once you start getting those. And the other information that you have here, we do free shipping on Etsy. And we don't accept exchanges, but if there's a problem or if something's broken, obviously we exchange that. But if you get a clay and you decide that you don't want it, well, you bought a clay, right? So we don't do exchanges. Nobody does that I'm aware of, just for change of mind. But we do, of course, if there's a problem or it's broken or anything, you get the wrong clay, anything like that, which really doesn't happen at our shop because we pay good attention. Frequently asked questions, recommend you put those in. Right. I put a few in here. What's your processing time? When does free shipping kick in? How fast is this shipping? Some of my clays arrive damaged. Will you replace them? Yes, absolutely. Right. So things that you think a customer might be wondering, good idea to put them in there. Okay. And then at the bottom, it's going to show everything else, not everything, but it's going to show a lot of what you have at your shop here. And then underneath, it's going to show all your competitors. Now, some people don't like that, but remember that's kind of a two-way street, right? Because here I can say, wow, this is my shop, and they're showing other competitors' stuff down here. But you know what? The same thing happens on my competitors' shop. And really, I don't even see them as competitors. They're people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, right? And if you're a bow designer, you know other bow designers, right? You're both creative. You both like the same thing. So I don't have any bad feelings as far as having other people that are doing the same thing that we do. That just shows there's a need and a desire for our products and our services. And it's great to get together with other artists and creators. And you can sometimes even collaborate on things. All right. So don't worry about things like that. But this is basically how you build this site. And as I told you, it's really, really easy. Okay. You just kind of plug in the information, easy to change pictures, easy to update your prices. And like I said, not a whole lot to that. All right. So that'll wrap us up for how you go and make adjustments on Etsy. Hey, all right. Well done. Take a moment to congratulate yourself for investing the time necessary to really level up your skills and gain the knowledge that you needed to build a website and grow your business. Now, the sad part is that most people will never watch this video in its entirety, right? They just won't put forth the effort that's needed to accomplish the work that leads to their goals, their own goals, right? That's why most people, they just don't live the type of life that they really want or have the business they really want. But the fact that you committed to learning this, that tells me that you're not like most people, right? And something else that tells me that you will grow your business and it will be a success. Reason being, because you're a success. Now, I also realized that I shared quite a bit of very detailed, let's say granular information in a short period of time, right? This wasn't long form lectures. This was a short period of time to go over this much information. So feel free to go back, watch this video as many times as you need, or listen to the podcast again. I also acknowledge that, you might be in that group that, while happy for having gained these newfound skills, either you don't have the time, or you might just not believe it's the best use of your time to learn how to build websites. You might be thinking, Gary, I don't want to build my own website. I know I need one for my business, but I don't want to be the one that builds it. Can you help me? And I would tell you, first, that's a great question, right? I love questions. Second, I would tell you the timing's good, because here at My Clay Nation, we've recently begun adding a suite of business services. And as we continue supplying bow designers, badge creators, DIY crafters like yourself with some of the greatest, most beautiful clays from around the globe, and we're signing new artists every month, we're also now available, right, to help you design and create an authentic brand image and logo for your business. We're also including some marketing and web design services that we're rolling out as well. Now, however, there is one caveat, and this may not apply to you if you're listening to this or watching this, but we're only taking on clients that are within the handcraft industry. So what we would consider an artisan entrepreneur, meaning you have a small business that either makes or sells handmade products. If that's the case, we'd be willing to schedule a time, either over the phone or through Zoom, whatever is convenient or comfortable for you. And we'd meet to discuss the different ways that we might be able to help you grow your business. No guarantees, but we might be able to help. Okay? So if you like, there's going to be a link below, and you can click on there for more information and set up a time for us to chat. Okay, I can answer all your questions. We can talk about your business, the goals of your business, and really see together if establishing and growing your brand is the right idea at this time. Okay, so take the information that you learned today, right? Take it and begin building a website for your business. You can do this, okay? Or you can also reach back out to us, and I'll let you know if I'm currently available to help assist you in that process, okay? Either way, we want to help you going forward, okay? Next week, I'm going to be talking about how to take professional product pics that will help increase your sales. And I would say this is such an overlooked topic. And think about it for a moment, right? You put so much time, so much effort into creating your exquisitely designed bows and badges and handcrafts. They come out beautiful. But then you take a picture that, well, leaves shadows in the wrong places, right? We've all done this, or the resolution just isn't right. Sometimes the angles of your shots, they're off by just a little bit, but those are the type of mistakes that are costing you customers. Okay, they're costing you sales, and I know because I've done it in the past. I don't do it anymore, however. So I'm going to show you exactly how to remedy that problem using nothing but your camera phone. Okay, so there's no expensive equipment you need, no DSLR cameras. If you have those, hey, that's great, but you don't need them. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it using just your camera phone. And it's easier than you think. So have a great week, have a productive week, and I'll see you next time.